Syron, man, I gotta, this your van, right? This your campaign. This Gary, man. I'm on the street in Gary, Indiana. Where am I? Okay, I'm gonna put the camera and set it up. Okay, cool. All right, cool. Where we at now? Hold on, let me sit. Syron, I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna set this camera. I like to talk to you. Syron, why you running for mayor, Mr. Smith?
Well, Mark, you already know, man. The reason that I'm running for mayor is because we need change. And I know people heard that motto before about change and whatnot, but honestly, when you look at Gary and you look at Iraq has a 22% poverty rate. We have a 37% poverty rate. 29,000 people right here in Gary living in poverty. And poverty is real. We just lost one of our young people because, you know, they felt like there was just too much pressure on them. And so I really believe we need leadership that's going to stand up and fight for us. I think we need leadership that's going to really be connected to the people at the grassroots level. And so that's why I'm running for mayor, because I think I can really represent the people at all levels, in particular the people at the grassroots level.
Well, you know, I know you know how I feel about it. It's your campaign office, right? You know how I feel about it, Syron.
I know.
It's about them young boys, man.
Yep.
It's about these men, man. I imagine that the high school dropout rate in Gary for black men has got to be at least 50%.
Unfortunately, that's across the board, not just with the males, with the females as well. You went with us, you didn't go with us to Westside High School. We was over there, and I think the graduation, we only had maybe 171 people was graduating, I believe. And that was in May that we went there with 9 salts. So we got work to do.
But how you gonna improve public education when you become mayor of Gary?
We're doing it now. So we got something called reinforcement schools. So what reinforcement schools are, is getting the whole community involved with educating our young people. Because right now, when you really look at it, why should I get educated? What's exciting about getting educated? So what we're doing right now is kindergarten through 12th grade. We've designated 13 parts of Gary to host a kindergarten block university, a 12th grade block university. So every grade, and what the block universities are, is the reason to get everyone involved with educating our young people. It's academic competitions. So here's how it goes. On one block, you got the reading. On the next block, you got the math. On the next block, the science. And on the left side, a number of houses got the questions for that grade, 5th grade. Across the street, you got the answers. You bring all the 5th graders of Gary right there. You let them compete for 10 minutes on one side getting the questions. Go across, see if they got the answers right. We reward them. So just think about what that does. Now the whole block is learning about whether it's reading, math, or science. That's not happening nowhere in America from our research, and we're going to bring it right here to Gary and make sure
you're a community organizer.
That's right.
Okay, when you become mayor, that's a different ballgame, man.
It's not. See, that's part of the problem. We got one of the greatest presidents right now, and what was he? He's a lawyer, but he's a community organizer. The benefit of being a community organizer is you listen to people. See, as an attorney, you're speaking to people and you're defending or you're prosecuting, but as a community organizer, you got to get the input of everybody, and I think that's what's different. That's what's significant how this president has been able to be successful. I don't agree with everything that he's done, but he's been tremendously successful and kept us out of a lot of wars that we would have been in if it wasn't for his temperament of being out here listening to people, hearing everyone's voices. So that's the benefit of
we need to improve the education here in Gary, but Gary needs jobs. Jobs. Now, how you gonna bring jobs to Gary?
Well, you know, the joke is jobs mean just over broke. So I'm not concerned as much about the term just over broke. What I'm concerned about is you as a person, every single person in Gary. What is it that God put in your spirit? Are you into technology, business, science? Some of the stuff you're looking at right here. Whatever you're into now, I want to link you with people who can help you get to where you're trying to go. So I'm more concerned about people becoming entrepreneurs in whatever it is that God gave them to do. That's entrepreneurship more so than jobs. We have some just over broke. Yeah, we have some people that can go and just work, trading time for money. But I believe majority of the people want to live out their dream.
But all the other towns around Gary, you know, Griffith and Hammond, because I have family and friends, they left Chicago. They got tired of Chicago for whatever reason, and they moved to Indiana. Well, they didn't move to Gary. They moved to Hammond. They moved to Griffith. They moved somewhere else because Gary is scary. How you gonna make Gary not so scary?
But think about this, and I don't know when this is gonna air, but we have 92 days to go before the election. 92 days. So Gary is at a crossroads. A couple months ago, they re-elected Mayor Cameron Freeman as the Democratic leader. If we don't
in the primary,
right? May 5th. If we don't do something different in the next 92 days, Gary will stay on the trajectory it's on now. It's the same course. We have a chance to put someone in office, and that person is me, who's going to change the whole direction. People around the country know what they're getting out from Gary, so they tune Gary out. You elect someone new, the whole world, America's going to have an intrigue, and they're going to say, what's going to be different in Gary now that they have a new leader? And when they do that, we got to capture all those people who are looking to invest and have them come here and invest. Tourism is one of the big things. There's no reason why Graceland in Memphis, which is the Elvis Presley God Mecca down there, is the biggest tourism draw for that. Then they got Beale Street in Memphis as well. So we got to use the fact that we got one of the biggest celebrities ever that grew up right here. We got to use that to spur tourism. The airport, we got to have people coming in here. This morning, because I knew
talking about Michael Jackson,
here,
right?
Yeah.
And the Jackson family,
right.
Yeah.
This morning I knew you was coming out here, so I printed up the 5 hotels that we want to build here in Gary my first term, because we gotta have capacity for the guests to sleep versus going to Hammond and Hobart and other places to sleep, taking money that should be coming to Gary and giving it to our small towns. So 5 hotels, altogether 600 some rooms we need to have here in Gary before 2019.
You say that because I remember I was working out here in Gary a few years ago when Donald Trump brought his Miss America pageant.
Right.
At the Genesis Convention Center. I remember that.
Right.
And guess what? Everybody stayed everywhere else. They couldn't stay in Gary.
You know, my uncle stood over the
and Donald Trump left Gary, ain't do nothing for Gary since. I don't know, maybe he did.
But no, you had the casino piece too.
All right.
But the bottom line,
but everybody had to stay somewhere else.
He stood over the expressway, the Borman, and he said, "Look at all this money leaving. It's just traveling right past."
Donald Trump said that?
No, my uncle.
Oh, your uncle.
You're gonna see him later. But all this money leaving Gary, we got to give people reasons to come and spend money here in Gary. And I believe tourism is big. These reinforcement schools, I got right now through my relationships in Illinois, I got people ready to come and bring their children here to compete in our 5th grade block university, our 12th grade block university. We will get outsiders
but
to spend money
there's
here.
people who are ready to leave Chicago for whatever reason. Okay? Why should we move to Gary?
The biggest thing is we got to fight the perception that it's scary Gary. What you said is damaging. As mayor, we're going to fight people.
When I
like
think
you
Gary, I think scary.
But we're going to change that perception.
I'm scared right now.
Well, you be okay.
I'm scared. I'm about to leave
trust
now.
God. That's what you better do. So here's the thing about scary Gary. It's the same thing that the media has done in Africa. They paint these pictures of negativity when it's really beautiful. You got people in Africa living very well, owning acres of land. It's the same here. It's so beautiful here. It's safe here. Now, granted, the media turn the spotlight on the negative things, but it's wonderful things here. I got people like Patricia that's doing wonderful things in the community, working with the children, feeding the kids. That stuff doesn't make the news, and that's part of the problem. The media is putting this image out here of negative, but there's people doing beautiful things out here.
Okay, what I'm saying, I probably can buy a house here in Gary.
Affordable.
Very affordable.
It's critical.
And rehab it. And I got a really nice house, and I can always take the train downtown and blah, 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 blah. And I'm in Indiana. But I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? It's the perception. I don't know, man.
Here's what we
sell Gary to me, man.
So here's the thing.
And all the Chicagoans are ready to move out of Chicago.
Well, I don't know, because we had this perception of Chicago coming down here and contaminating our veterans who were born and raised here in Gary. So if you do come here from Chicago, you got to come and make sure that you honor the people who built this town. Ain't that right, Pat?
That's right.
So we gotta make sure we do that, because part of the problem, it's the same thing in Chicago. You tore the projects down and you had the neighborhood saying, here come these project people. No different than what's happening here, where you got people who come.
What about middle class people? What about affluent black folks?
But that's what
African. I mean, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna get to race.
The perception is that you're coming here tearing down.
I'm talking about middle class Americans. Middle class Americans coming to Gary.
Right. So here's number one. The proximity to Chicago. That's the number one reason why people should come here. Unlike Detroit, that doesn't have a major city, Chicago is still one of the 3rd largest city, global city. People from all around the world come there. There's no reason why Gary is not benefiting from that proximity to Chicago. So that's one. You're 25 miles away from the city. That's one reason why you come. The other reason why you come is because you have so much affordability, land, and beautiful homes here. That's the second reason why you come. I probably should have said the number one reason you come is because I'll be the mayor of Gary. So you have leadership that you can trust in place. But I put that as third.
Okay, we're about to end this segment right now.
Yep.
We're going to end it by this. Karen Freeman. I never met the lady. She seems very nice.
Okay.
But she's been married 4 years, and almost 4 years here in Gary.
Almost, right.
Gary's the same it was 4 years ago.
Well, here's the problem, and I want to make this clear.
How you gonna make it better? She didn't make it better.
Well, let me answer the first about Karen Freeman first. All right, I'm a Christian. I love God, so I love Karen. It's not about that though. We're not talking about love. We just had 2 young men murdered, increasing our numbers to 33 murders in Delaney housing here. So love don't have nothing to do with that when you talk about people feeling hopeless and living in poverty. So I like Karen, but Karen has to go because we need a leader in there who's going to care about the people at the most grassroots level. We was over there and they told me they never had nobody other than the former mayor Rudy Clay come to the projects over there. I'm from the projects of Chicago, so I recognize it, and I will make sure that no matter where you live, I'm going to get down there and work with you and help build you up. So that's on Karen. That's the difference. So Karen is good as a human being. So let's get that clear.
Right.
But the reason why the people need to elect me, number one, is because I'm honest and I'm responsive. Because we go door to door, I'm right there where you can yell at me, you can tell me your feelings, what's important to you. So I'm responsive. I've been doing this for 20 years, so you can Google my name and see a history of knocking on doors.
But what I'm saying, is Gary going to improve with Mayor Smith? Syron Smith is mayor.
But think about it. If you see, part of the problem with the current administration, she brought Mayor Daley out here to advise her on how to run Gary. Chicago is not that great when you look at the black parts of Chicago. So you bringing someone out here who don't have a good record of running the city from a black perspective. Gary is majority black, so you can't bring the very person out here who's hurt the city to say how to advise.
All right, let's go to the next episode, man. We got more, man. Cause I know we want you to win, but then again, I gotta be real. Y'all don't want to be on TV, right? Okay.